This greenhouse actually cost $129 new, but I got it on clearance super, super cheap. I did not use that plastic because it had really, really bad reviews, which is why I decided to make my own greenhouse. And that's what I suggest you do too. So once you have your boards ready, stick the frame onto a flat surface and go ahead and nail the boards together or screw them together. This is kind of the view that you see of us putting the 2x6s together around the frame. We got the handy dandy bow stitch there to nail the boards together. So once you got that, you take the frame and put it over in its forever home, which is on some black plastic as you see here, and you square it up. Make sure it's square on all corners and put the frame in it. And then you get a bunch of 2x4s. I cannot tell you how many, I did not keep track, and you start building a frame for the front and the back. So he did measurements, of course, and had the 2x4s going straight up to meet the frame. We had Grandma helping out here, framing out the door, holding it to make sure that it's level. And now he's adding some supports for the frame in the front and putting the header above the door to give it some support. Now this is the back, this is the window side. You'll see it's pretty much built the same way. Did a 24 by 24 inch window to make it easy and has some built-in supports. And these are conduit holders to secure the 3/4 inch pipe to the 2x4s. This is pipe foam that I found. It's really good to have the pipe covered with this foam. I had the kids helping out here. This is so the plastic doesn't get affected by being straight on metal. This is a very cheap and very easy to do. And here's the plastic. The plastic went on kind of easily. We had 3 people working on it, 2 kids and myself. We secured it to the ground with some wood and some cinder blocks until we could get it secured long term. So this is Brian building the window. Turned out pretty cool. He used some 2x2s and some brackets, and that's a means of latching it on the inside. As you can see, this is after I put some plastic on there, and then I went and engineered my own way of opening the window, which is kind of cool. Now this is kind of a tight fit. I think it needs to be adjusted a little bit. So here's my opening. I used some chain, a little handle. I think it's pretty spectacular if you ask me. And so this is the door. Now ideally you'd have the 2x2s going from corner to corner, but we ran out of wood, so we had to sort of make do. We used furring strips to seal the plastic onto the frame. And we used some staples with the air gun. And this is the furring strips on the bottom that secures the plastic to the frame, the wooden frame. And then we had to put a floor in. We got 6 bags of plastic because the floor is basically on the ground and it's definitely not level. You need to make sure your door is adjusted to make room for a floor. These are rubber flooring things. I love my greenhouse.